Up on High Now Daily, mooncakes, lanterns, and live music. We've got details on the Autumn Moon and Lantern Festival.
Then, sharpen your skills and broaden your networks by enrolling in the Young Professionals program.
Plus, the Seafood Cartel is bringing the heat. We're sampling their black sauce of death.
We're getting into fishy business on High Now Daily Live.
All right, there you see it. Welcome to today's show. We are kicking things off with our Farmers Market finds, and today we're talking to Seafood Cartel. Kainoa Carlson here with Drew Davis and our friend Amanda Cordes, but don't you worry, Rachel Picard will be joining us here in just a little bit. Now, Amanda, Seafood Cartel, before we get to your restaurant and what you're all about, you come from a long line of restaurant business in the family. Your dad owned what spot?
The 49er restaurant in Aiea. So that's where I grew up. In Aiea, working, busting tables, waiting on tables at the 49er restaurant.
I love that. That's a shout out to all the OG plate lunch lovers out there. And now from that, you've branched off. You're doing the Seafood Cartel.
Yes.
When did that start and how did it start?
So a little bit sorry about that. My mom is Mexican. She's from Sonora, Mexico. So I lived in Mexico City for about 6 years. I went to college. And then when I came back, it was right during the pandemic. All the restaurants shut down. So a project that I started was selling ceviche. And that was about 3 years ago. I sold ceviche every weekend. And now with our storefront, we kind of began to expand our menu.
Love it.
Yeah, I've never had ceviche. We're going to be able to try it here today. Awesome.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay, so the ceviche, this is Honolulu Magazine, right? 2023 recently voted Best Ceviche.
Yes, that was very exciting.
Okay, so what do we got going down now? And this is, while you make the ceviche though, I want you to tell us the region you guys come from in Mexico, it's known for really delicious Mexican food, right?
So more specifically, my mom is from Sonora. So Sonora, which is the northern part of Mexico, where it's next to Baja, next to Sinaloa, that part of Mexico just has like some of the most freshest, unreal seafood on, I would say, the world.
Yeah?
Yeah. People might get upset about that, but it has some of the best seafood in the world. Yeah.
Okay, and so what do you have going down right now? What is that spread?
So I'm making you guys our OG tostada. This is how we started. So this is our homemade corn tostada, and I'm putting our blue crab tobiko spread.
Okay, these can also be used as chips, I see.
Yeah. So the blue crab spread, it's made with real blue crab, mayo-based, tobiko and other seasonings. And it just gives it a really nice creamy layer to the tostada.
Okay, I love it. And Amanda, why did you start the Seafood Cartel? Were you looking at the market and thinking, oh man, I make great ceviche, we make great Mexican food, I could do it?
No, that's exactly how it was. So growing up, like our potluck dish was always ceviche. That's always the most number one.
When's the next party at Amanda's house? Drew and I are coming.
I'll let you know. I'll let you guys know. But yeah, it was always our potluck dish, and I kind of wanted to capitalize on the hole in the market because not a lot of people know what ceviche is.
I didn't know before this. So.
Can you break it down to like what exactly ceviche is, other than very delicious?
So ceviche, everybody has their take on it. I specify that this is Mexican ceviche, but the Peruvians have their ceviche, Tahitians have their ceviche, so this is Mexican ceviche. But ceviche, it's known that the seafood, it cooks in lime. So
that makes it Mexican ceviche when it cooks in lime?
No, the ceviche is when it cooks in lime.
Gotcha.
But people add different, depending on where you are in the world, they add different things to the ceviche. So ours has a little bit of tomato, a little bit of cucumber, a little bit of onion, a little bit of jalapeno, and then a lot of lime. We had a lot of lime,
I can smell the lime right now.
So it's very refreshing. It's a cold dish, pretty light. So it's kind of popular at the farmer's market because it's so hot during the farmer's market. Sometimes my customers just want something cold. So the blue crab tobiko spread, ceviche, avocado. I'm gonna make yours and then I'll finish up.
Okay, perfect.
Do you like spicy?
I do. So what are we topping this off with right here?
So this is our black sauce of death. This
Say that
is
one
our
more time?
black sauce of death.
Whoa, I'm intrigued.
That seems
Whoa.
spicy just from the
Okay.
name right there.
Okay.
Don't worry though, it's not that spicy.
Okay, black sauce up there. Okay, thank you so much. Actually, you know, I'll give this one to Drew.
Okay.
You
okay.
first,
Oh,
brother.
yeah.
You
Oh,
first.
me first? You want to hand it off the spice?
Now you broke down the ceviche. What other dishes do we have over here that we're featuring from the Seafood Cartel?
So if you go to the farmer's market, I pretty much, unless I run specials, it's only ceviche, but at our restaurant, we have a lot more seafood dishes. And we're very specific in keeping it Mexican seafood. So this is our shrimp aguachile, which is another super popular dish.
One more time on this one, sorry.
Shrimp aguachile.
Okay, and what is this green sauce that it's topped with? I see jalapeno, I see onion.
So that's the aguachile sauce. It's made with serrano, cilantro, lots of lime as well. So it's same, very refreshing, very citrusy.
Thanks for
but
running for me, Drew.
Yeah, of course.
it's spicy as well.
Okay,
but
that one's a
not
little spicy.
too spicy though.
And then we have oysters over here, yeah? Can you tell us about
Yes.
these?
Another really popular item, we call it the Seafood Cartel oysters. And the order comes with 6 oysters and topped with ceviche, our cartel sauce, and a little bit of our chiltepin.
Okay, now Amanda, you were saying you were part of farmers markets and you also have the restaurant spot. So where can people find you guys?
Yeah, so every Saturday, you guys can find us at the Kaka'ako Farmers Market from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then Sundays, we're in Kailua from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. as well at the Castle Hospital. And our storefront is open every day from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Gotcha. Wow. Okay, this.
So how spicy is
Looks
this gonna be?
incredible.
It's not that spicy.
Not that
I mean,
spicy?
it's flavorful
far, I'm going
spicy.
in.
Okay.
Flavorful spicy.
Oh man,
That is delicious.
that's awesome. It's nice
Good.
because it's like the spread from the blue crab, like the creaminess of it kind of soothes out a little bit of the heat, and then the seafood on this thing is just next level.
And the spice isn't too bad, right?
Yeah,
With,
perfect.
with a name like Black Sauce of Death, I thought I was gonna be panting and needing milk, but this is delicious.
Good, I'm glad you enjoy it.
Oh my god, it's awesome. We also want to let all of our High Now viewers know today we're going to be doing a giveaway. We're going to be giving away a 32-ounce shrimp ceviche that we have right over here. All you got to do for that is head to the High Now Daily Instagram. All the information will be posted there. Check it out. The Seafood Cartel is where it's at. That's what it is right there. 32 ounces of this delicious ceviche.
Yeah, this
What's
was
up? How you doing?
delicious. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay, Amanda, what's next for the Seafood Cartel? Because you guys have Farmer's Market and then the restaurant.
Yes.
Is that kind of more of a full menu?
Yes, we have a lot
Yeah.
more things. It's like I said, it's still very seafood focused. For those who don't like seafood, we do have a steak quesadilla and steak tacos available. But everything else, we have a lot of different types of tostadas. We have aji tostada, shrimp tacos, fish tacos, shrimp quesadillas. So very heavy on the seafood.
But
Okay,
try the
obviously-
seafood. Try the seafood. It's great.
I mean, who goes to the Seafood Cartel? You got problems.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to ask you, what's your parents think? What's mom and dad think? I mean, your dad is
Yeah.
49ers for a long time. Now seeing you venture out, make your own business, make your own way.
They're happy. It's funny how things turned out. Like I didn't think I was gonna be jumping headfirst into the industry, but I couldn't be happier with where we're at right now.
I'm telling you, with dishes like this is what's keeping the people happy. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Dynamite stuff.
Congratulations.
Thank
I know
you
that
so
I'm
much.
happy eating this. So.
All right, there you have it. Now that leads to our Instagram question of the day. What's your favorite farmers market find? Let us know by commenting on the Instagram post on our page, High Now Daily. And who knows, maybe you'll see them on the show. You're watching High Now Daily live, and we'll be right back after the break. Best ceviche right there, right there. All right, aloha and welcome back. As part of its commitment to care for Hawaii and invest in our community's future business leaders, Alaska Airlines is the premier sponsor of the Chamber of Commerce Hawaii's Young Professionals Program. It was established in 2011. The Chamber's YP program provides a platform for young business professionals aged 21 to 39 in Hawaii. You can sharpen your skills and broaden your networks. Now, the YP program is committed to strengthening the local community by shaping its young professionals into Hawaii's future business leaders. So that's what the program is all about, and we're so happy to shine more light on this program and its partnership with Alaska Airlines with YP Chair Bianca Mortesini. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I love that we're color coordinated.
I know. I planned it actually.
Yeah, we got the emails.
Yeah.
All right, so Bianca, for people who don't know, what is this Young Professional program all about?
Sure. So as you mentioned, it's for young professionals between the ages of 21 to 39. We have over 400 members right now and counting, which is amazing. It's one of the highest numbers we've gotten. So we're actually one of the largest business young professional organizations in the state of Hawaii. So in addition to having a lot of social events, we focus quite extensively on building your professional networks. We have an exclusive mentorship program, and we're also really excited that we've just launched recently the YP Wahine program, which focuses on basically what women need in the community to get their careers going and how to level up, as well as a YP civic engagement program too, which allows us to speak with legislators and talk about what's important to us.
Gotcha. Bianca, let's talk about the impact of the YP program and really the reach of it. I mean, you mentioned different businesses and hundreds of people participating.
Yeah, we do have so many great people who are part of the program. There are so many YPs who have been recognized in the 40 Under 40, PBN, as well as Hawaii Business. And I think really the goal here is to enrich the community and, build a better Hawaii for people like ourselves and the next generation of leaders that are coming up.
And Bianca, I think what's fascinating too about the YP program is that it's not your typical kind of networking platform or because there's several different groups that young professionals can think about enrolling in, but what do you think makes the YP program just different compared to what else is out there?
That's a great question. For me personally, I think it's really our focus on professional development and focus on leveling up in the career force. So for me, I had a mentor. It helped me get the next few jobs that I've landed. The professional network that I've developed, some of these people become really great friends and just sounding boards as I progress through my career. So to me, it's really that one-on-one mentorship that we offer, as well as the opportunity to get to speak about issues that concern us as young professionals living in Hawaii and trying to make it.
Now, how do people get more information about signing up, becoming a young professional who want to participate in the YP program?
Totally. So people are interested can visit cochawaii.org. They can check out our website. We're really active on social media, LinkedIn, and we have a lot of events that happen throughout the year. There's pretty much at least one a month. I think next month we have 4 coming up. So there's really something for everybody. So there's lots of ways to get involved.
Okay, so we have events that are coming up, but if you can too, let's talk about the support and the structure that really surrounds the Young Professional Program, because it's a unique opportunity to connect up and coming young professionals with established business leaders in that way.
Right, so the support and structure, we are under the Chamber of Commerce Hawaii, so we're an umbrella organization within that, and it's run all through volunteer committees. So my time is volunteer, everyone else who runs it, they're 100% volunteers, and I think that really speaks to the level of how much passion we all have and how much we believe in the program, that we're willing to put forth all these initiatives and all these programmings and new programming every year for our members.
I want to follow up with you about the YP Wahine program. You mentioned that was a new program that just launched, and what was the origin story of that?
That's a great question. So I think there's a lot of us, women who are new moms, or we're just trying to figure out how do we balance work and social life, or how do we get into that next step in our career. So we did a survey, and a lot of our members currently, they're young moms, they're trying to figure out what's next. And we just really saw a need that wasn't being met elsewhere in terms of how to really hone in on things that women need and how to advocate for ourselves as females in the workforce.
Okay, absolutely. And again, at these events, it's a time to connect and learn more about the YP program. Can we talk about some October events that are coming? I know there's many, but October's right around the corner. What do you guys have happening?
There's quite a few. So we have the Cost of Living Summit happening on the 6th. We have another YP Wahine event happening on October 10th. We have an Afternoon Buzz, which is really open to anybody to just get to learn more about the program, come check it out, talk story. I believe that's on the 17th. And then we have a Pauhana series, which is our more fun and exciting and just drink and talk story, but also come meet us and talk with us happening later on this month too.
Okay, Okay, gotcha. Now, one more time, how do people get more info and sign up YP program?
Sure. So they can visit cochawaii.org or just follow us on social media. I think it's COC Hawaii as well on Instagram, or check us out on LinkedIn.
Okay, right on. Well, mahalo for coming in, Bianca. And I just want to say thank you to the YP program. I was a part of it. My mentor was John McNamara. So I myself participated in the program. I can speak to how much it really does help you develop, especially as a young professional. So thank you guys so much. You're watching High Now Daily. We'll be right back after the break.
Welcome back to High Now Daily. Now, October is just a few days away, and to kick off Breast Cancer Awareness Month, our neighboring businesses at City Square Shopping Center are coming together to support Breast Cancer Hawaii through an upcoming resource fair. Now, joining me today is Michael Kaya, manager of City Square Shopping Center, and Joanne Hayashi, who is the co-founder of Breast Cancer Hawaii. Thank you two so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
All right. Well, let's talk about the fair that's coming up this weekend. What's going to be happening?
Well, it's just going to be a resource fair that Breast Cancer Hawaii is putting on. City Square Shopping Center is going to be the location for it. And there's going to be games and giveaways, prizes, specials by some of the businesses that are there. And yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
Awesome, and I love that City Square loves to get together with charitable organizations and work together. It's really huge for you folks to get involved in the community. What has that partnership between the two of you been like so far?
Yeah, well, it's been amazing actually. So we're so lucky that there's over a dozen tenants that stores and restaurants that have contributed prizes for this event and also doing promotional sales throughout the entire month of October. So we're really excited. There's going to be over $1,000 in prizes. It's a free event. You just come out, learn a little bit about breast cancer, some of the symptoms, some of the resources that are out there, and then there's a really fun game where you shoot down cans called Knockout Cancer. And then if you have the shortest shortest time record for the day, then you get $300 in prizes. And so it's a really fun event. We're also having a donation drive for our program called the Care Closet, where people can bring in new and gently used items like wigs and reference books, wedge pillows. So collecting all of that. If you're somebody in treatment and needs some of that, we have the cleaned ones from prior donations that you can also pick up on site. And so a lot going on. We have a long-standing partnership with Kalani High School, and so they're going to be bringing all their volunteers. We have a summer fellowship that came up with some really cool ideas for exhibits, and so we're showcasing that too. So it's going to be a good fun and lots of good information for everyone.
Very cool. Again, now tell us the details
Yeah.
on when to show up, the time, the date,
Sure.
everything.
So it's 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at City Square on Dillingham. And then we'll be right in the middle of the parking lot. There's going to be bright pink tents and lots of banners, so you won't miss it.
Awesome. And then let's talk about this box for a second. This is a beautiful pink box, but you can put some donations right into this box. It's going to be at all of the businesses, right?
Correct. Yeah, all the businesses are going to have those there for people to, and customers to just stop in and donate a little to the organization, which is specifically for patients, families, and survivors in Hawaii.
And speaking of survivors, you are a survivor of breast cancer and you went through your own journey. Tell us about that and how it led you to co-found Breast Cancer Hawaii.
Sure, yeah. So back in 2015, I was 33 years old and I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I was quite aggressive, unfortunately, but through my journey, I found a lot of great resources out there. Unfortunately, it's a little bit overwhelming to sift through all of the information, and so I just thought I'd like to share that information that I found with people, and that kind of has grown into now a grassroots nonprofit. And so we're here providing organically grown programs that the community has asked for, and so that's where the Care Closet comes in. That's where some of the resources that we're sharing has come in, and so we're going to be showcasing all of that at the fair.
Wow, and your journey is different from other people who are going through their own one. What got you through? Was it positivity? Was it family? Having resources? What would you say for those who may be watching this segment and they need a little boost of confidence, or they just need a little nudge?
Yeah. Well, I think one of the big things that helped me is, of course, the people around me, my family, my friends who supported me through it, but also knowing that there were a lot of other survivors out there. So during my journey, I did get to meet somebody who was like a year beyond their diagnosis, and I could see that, you can have a normal life and then you can live through and past your cancer diagnosis, and that gave me a lot of hope. And so if you join our programs at Breast Cancer Hawaii, you'll get to meet a lot of those people who are currently in their journey or a little bit beyond their diagnosis, and then you'll kind of receive that support and same hope too. That's our mission.
Awesome. And last question, where can people get more information about Breast Cancer Hawaii and more on the event that's happening this weekend?
Sure. So we're on Instagram at Breast Cancer Hawaii and also at City Square Hawaii. And so the resource fair information is on there, as well as all of the promotions that we're having for the month of October. And then our website is breastcancerhawaii.org.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story and for you two coming down and talking story with me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Well, have a great event. Go ahead and check it out this weekend. You're watching Hi Now Daily. We will be right back. All right, welcome back to Hi Now Daily. Now, the Chinatown Improvement District's annual Autumn Moon and Lantern Festival returns tomorrow night with a variety of cultural activities for the whole family.
That's right, it's going to be really fun. So joining us right now, we have Lee Stack, the president of Chinatown Improvement District, and Karen Motosui, the executive director of Hawaii Heritage Center. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
us. Thanks for having us.
All right, well, let's talk about the event that's coming up. It's a big one for you folks, right?
Yes, it is. It's the annual Autumn Moon and Lantern Festival, and it happens every day on the 15th day of the 8th lunar month, because it's the lunar calendar for China and Asia. And it's about family and reunion, and so we have a lot of family-friendly activities, a lot of free keiki activities, just to get the whole family down there and have fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This happens on the harvest moon, so there's going to be a little viewing at the park, right?
Correct, correct. And then another thing that we have that's a feature of the festival are lanterns. So we emphasize the lanterns in the park, and then we work with the businesses throughout Chinatown to hang lanterns outside their businesses. So we'll have about probably 130 lanterns up throughout Chinatown.
That's going to be amazing. And Karen, this is a celebration of culture and tradition.
Right, right. So for people who are coming, you know, we're going to have Reverend Dwayne Pang doing the Taoist blessing to open up the festival. And also we'll have Kumingtang lion dancers, 2 lion dancers going throughout the park. And the Associated University Women's Group will be teaching children how to make lanterns, and then they can take it home. And we're also doing Chinese fortune telling. And then there'll be storytelling of the Moon Festival.
And even with like the lanterns and all the stuff that we have over here on the table, what is the significance of hanging lanterns and why is that important?
Well, in the word for reunion in Chinese is tan yuan, and yuan is round. And so it's things coming around in a circle. So the moon is round, celebrate the moon, the lanterns are round. It's all things that come back around.
Everything coming around and coming back together.
I love that. And
Some
then there's
good
going to be,
food.
there's going to be food, there's some treats here. And then is this what the lanterns look like right here for the kids?
This is some of them. Yep, they make their own. There's some like this with rabbits, because you're featuring, that's one of the cultural stories is the jade rabbit and the moon.
Yes.
So, and it's also the year of the rabbit. So,
Okay,
the
and I'm
most
going
important-
in
that's
over here.
very
Karen,
important.
what did I just open up that I wasn't
This
supposed to?
will have moon cakes for sale. All kinds of moon cakes for
Look at
sale.
that.
So the one that Kainoa has
Matching
is
my shirt.
actually mochi, and inside is strawberry.
Oh, you
Yeah,
got
yeah.
I'll give that to you.
No, no,
I was
yeah.
up there
Up to you.
eating all the seafood.
All
You
right,
have-
okay.
Okay, Karen, what about this one? That's the strawberry. What is this
This one is, let's see, this one is the white lotus.
This is good.
Eat, that one is really good.
Okay.
This one has to, you know, if you don't finish it, refrigerate it. But that's
Oh,
very good.
I'm gonna finish
and
it.
then
It's
these
so
are
good.
all made locally. And this one, someone just gave this to me today, and she bought it from San Francisco. It was shipped in.
Wow.
And then delivered it to Heritage Center today. So
What is that?
this one is melon.
winter melon.
Melon,
Melon.
winter melon. You can open it up.
Okay, since
You know what's
said-
incredible is like the texture on these are so soft.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so much
made of
flavor.
mochi.
And what's on
These
the
two
inside?
are baked.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have that bean paste. So it's very sweet. How is that?
This is good. It has a fruit on the inside. It's really
right.
good.
That's the melon.
Yeah,
That's
the winter
so
That
good.
is
It's
So many
actually
textures happening, you know?
Yeah, that's
Soft,
a lot of
crunchy,
people's
sweet.
favorite.
Oh my gosh.
Some of them have an egg yolk inside. They have an egg.
Okay, so Lee, how do people come down? Times, it's going to be over the course of 2 days, correct?
Well, there is another event at the Cultural Plaza. They're having something there as well, the Chinese Chamber. But ours is tomorrow. It's
Okay.
it's the actual night of the full moon, the super moon, and we have the family-friendly activities from 3 to 6. And we're going to have a little lantern parade at 5:30 in the park at Smith Beretania Park in Chinatown. And then after that, we'll have music in the park, and people can view the moon and just sit and enjoy the park.
Sounds like a
gonna
good Friday night.
Yeah, it's Good Friday night. Get all the family together. Come down and just support you folks at the Autumn Moon and Lantern Festival. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us and bringing us.
Yes, thank you, Lee.
Wonderful
Thank you,
cakes.
Karen.
Yeah, and this is all good luck, you know. It's good luck food.
We need all kinds of good luck on High
Yes,
Now.
yes,
I need
we
good
do.
luck. She wins all the trivia, Karen, all the time. I need some luck. You're watching High Now Daily Live. We'll be right back with better luck, hopefully.
Yes.
For me.
Oh, this is so good.
Aloha and welcome back to High Now Daily. As Maui continues to rebuild following the deadly wildfires, new sources of water will need to be examined. We sat down with the director of the Maui County Department of Water Supply, who has brought a new perspective to the Valley Isle.
So my entire career has been in water management and wastewater management, starting in Tucson, Arizona, time in Kansas City, and then in California. I was a water director in San Jose and Sunnyvale, and then in San Diego, I worked on the Pure Water program, which was taking wastewater all the way to drinking water. So I've had a lot of background in water. I bring in this interesting perspective, and what I've learned is that a lot of my background is applicable, but there are definitely issues here that are unique to Maui, for sure, a lot of them. I'm trying to kind of bring my experience in, potentially kind of a fresh perspective on some of these issues, try to move towards resolution and developing solutions. It starts with the fact that the water sources are limited to what's on the island. When we go back to the Hawaiian culture, they were very focused on making sure that they were living within the means of what the island provides, and the land and the water were so critical to the culture. And by the way, we can learn a lot from how that was managed in the past, for sure. Certainly, we're getting less rainfall than we did in years and decades ago, largely because of climate change, and kind of changing wind directions have changed where the rain falls. And everyone's saying, you talk to people up country and around Maui, they're getting less rain than they used to. A big part of the Maui water supply is the surface water, which kind of also sets Maui apart. And then there's the whole issue of the infrastructure. We actually have 12 different water systems on Maui that are not connected to each other, kind of spread out. They're not kind of what engineers like to see, a nice organized grid pattern. Well, these are all spread out, a lot of dead end lines that are too small, lines that were not really designed to modern standards. So there's a whole issue of getting the infrastructure kind of up to a modern standard. The third issue is just staffing. It's difficult to get a lot of engineers, especially planners and engineers, IT technicians and so on Maui. We do have some really amazing staff, and the recent fire has brought out how these people have been working so hard, doing their normal job and dealing with all the issues that have come up from the fire. So amazing staff, but just not enough. We have a lot of vacant positions in our engineering division and in our planning section. And so, getting staffing on Maui is a challenge. And then the fourth big issue is kind of the funding. Just been kind of historically underfunded, which was partly because the water was inexpensive in that it came through these ditches, right? But in the future, and we have to develop new sources, it's going to get more expensive. So we have to make sure we have the funding to support, upgrading the infrastructure and developing new sources. Maui is kind of opportunistic. Nothing wrong with that, right? But these ditches were in place, cultural and traditional uses of water, which are really important. There's the need for ecological purposes to keep the water in the streams. So it's really quite a balancing act, right? That is the challenge. And I do think we need to look at developing new sources. First of all, we make sure we're using the water efficient, really push conservation, but then it's also developing new sources. It could include desalination. We're taking another look at that. When you look at all the needs that there are, it's going to be really tough to meet them with the existing system.
Now it's time to check in with anchor of This Is Now, Dylan Ancheta, for today's news break.
Aloha, I'm Dylan Ancheta. We start in Washington, D.C. today, where Congress is seeking answers into the devastating Maui wildfires. HECO President and CEO Shelly Kimura testified alongside other state officials from the Utilities Commission and Energy Office. Going before the House Oversight and Investigations panel, Kimura said all but 2,000 of the island's power poles were previously inspected for rot or termites, but she didn't know if any of them were in the Lahaina area. She did acknowledge their line started the morning's initial fire, which MFD later deemed extinguished. She said Hawaiian Electric is cooperating fully with investigators. We'll have more on this story coming up on Hawaii News Now. NOAA says a team of free divers from a local nonprofit have removed more than 126,000 pounds of marine debris from Papahanaumokuakea. It was a part of a 4-week effort. They also saved 7 live honu, which were caught up in ghost nets and other debris. This was the Papahanaumokuakea Marine Debris Project's second large-scale cleanup effort of 2023. And that's a look at some of your top stories for High Now Daily. I'm Dylan Ancheta.
Okay, mahalo Dylan. Welcome back. Now, Nakamakai engages today's youth and tomorrow's leaders by strengthening their relationship with the ocean through a variety of programs, ocean clinics, mentorship, and volunteerism as well.
That's right, and they've got a special premiering right here on Hawaii News Now called Nakamakai, Children of the Sea. And right now we're talking to Matthew Koe. So let's talk a little bit about the special that's going to be airing.
Yeah, we're really excited. The special is going to air on Saturday at 6 o'clock on KGMB. It talks about all of the programs we've done across the year. You know, we're expanding. We're doing clinics in Kauai this past weekend. We're going to Hawaii Island. And we had a big part in the Maui recovery directly after the fires. Archie Kalepa, who's famous waterman and friend of Dwayne DeSoto, our founder, those two linked up like the day after, and we were taking generators over and just all the stuff that they needed right then and now before everything was opening up again. So this show highlights that story. All of the proceeds from our silent auction, this board behind us is one of those items. It's going to go towards the recovery of Maui.
Love that. And so you're talking about a silent auction. That's going to go on throughout the show as you're watching, and then you can just log on and start bidding on items.
Yeah, we'll have a
right?
QR code on the show. We're going to re-air on Saturday or on Sunday and Monday as well, so it'll close on Monday, but people have a chance to bid over some great items.
Okay, yeah. Tell us a little bit about this board that's sitting behind her. This is going to be available for auction, right?
Yeah, so Tom Pohaku Stone, good friend of Dwayne and a supporter of Nakamakai, he was been restoring this board for the last 20 years. It's one of the original redwood Waikiki models. It was in the Blue Ocean restaurant or Blue Ocean Cafe for many years, and other legends have surfed it. It's really heavy. I think we were trying to lift it earlier. It's about 150 pounds, but it will be available for auction all throughout the weekend.
Awesome. And then just talking about the premiere, what else are we going to be seeing? I know you're talking about some children's cartoons that they can watch. So it really is a whole family event to tune in and watch.
Yeah, so a big part of what we're doing is we're getting all of our curriculum in the DOE. So the DOE has been a partner through a State of Hawaii grant and aid program. So we're going to be teaching elementary school teachers all of the stuff that we teach in our clinics. And we made a 5-part animated series. It's called Maka'ala Bay. It's really cute. It's on our YouTube channel. You should check it out. They're about 8 minutes each, and they're going to be featured. There'll be a trailer on the show, but people can scan the QR code and go watch it on our website or on YouTube.
All right, well, right on. Matthew, mahalo nui for coming on the show, man.
Right on, mahalo.
All right, so we're looking forward to that. Again, this special will take place September 30th, 6 p.m. on KGMB Hawaii News Now. You're watching Hi Now Daily. We'll be right back. Asante.
Welcome back to Hi Now Daily. Now, we had a chance to visit Pearl Haven, a premier special treatment facility in Hawaii that helps youth who have trauma. Here's more from Ho'olanapua.
Pearl Haven is a program of Ho'olanapua. It's a treatment center that opened a little over 2 years ago. We serve youth that are traumatized, who've come from a variety of backgrounds, who need a comprehensive approach to healing. On this campus, we provide healing of body, mind, spirit, and emotion. We have found that youth who've gone through significant trauma, such as being exploited or being trafficked, really need an intensive approach to healing. About 15 years ago, I had a vision of creating a safe place for our local youth. And I realized that there was so much that these youth needed, and we didn't have anything at the time. And so now we have this place where kids can rediscover their passion, they can rediscover their futures, their likes, their wants, rediscover opportunities that they never thought were possible. And because we were able to bring such awareness to the issue, we've now not only created this safe place, but we've also brought about a continuum of care so that our youth, the youth of Hawaii, have access to immediate service as well as long-term treatment and an intensive intervention.
We try to make life as normalized as possible at Pearl Haven. We expose our youth to a lot of different experiential therapies, such as surf therapy and equine therapy, yoga therapy, photography therapy, cultural arts, learning about the Aina, learning about their culture. And so our youth are engaged in school. They go to the beach, they go hiking, we work out, we do lots of normalized activities that kids do. And on the weekends, sometimes they watch cartoons.
The most important thing to know is that healing is possible. And what we do within our programming here at Pearl Haven is we encourage and help girls develop this resilient hope, which is the thing that's going to take them forward and help them to be successful in their future endeavors.
We had a youth come to us at 17 years old with no hopes or dreams or even thought of her future. We were able to help her successfully work through her trauma, work and regain and rebuild a healthy relationship with her parents, as well as graduate from high school, which was a huge accomplishment for this young lady because it's something she never thought she could do. We've been lucky enough to work with roughly 50 youth here at Pearl Haven since we've been open. In order for our youth to successfully transition back to their homes, the continuum of care has to be in place. That continuum of care does consist of professionals like therapists, social workers, etc., but it also consists of the community. It consists of being a mentor for these young women, giving them opportunities for internships and scholarship opportunities, just different avenues that some of these young ladies have never thought were possible.
When I think of Pearl Haven, I think of the word hope and this sense of excitement for what's ahead for the youth who have the opportunity to experience our programming here. I am encouraged by the community that has come around us to make sure that this is possible. And I'm also so excited for the future of what having this established model of care can mean, not just for our state, but for the rest of the country and around the world, where intervention aftercare is such a missing piece in the healing process for our kids. Many people don't understand how big of an issue this is in our community, and the first step is becoming aware of it and getting educated on what does this issue look like, and to then get involved. And so you can go to our website. There's ways to volunteer. There's ways to partner with us financially and make a donation. There's ways to mentor. There's so many different ways to get involved, but the most important thing you can do is to educate your family and friends that this happens, that this is not okay, and that we as a community have to have a zero tolerance policy for allowing this to continue.
Now, if you want to support Ho'olanapua, join them for their 2023 Pearl Gala, an evening of hope. It's happening on Saturday, September 30th, starting at 5:30 p.m. at the Four Seasons Resort, Oahu at Ko'olina. For details, visit ho'olanapua.org.
Here joining us here in the High Now studio today, we have the president of the Alzheimer's Caregiving and the Caregivers, Tony Vericella. And Tony, tell us a little bit about ACTC, because along the research into Alzheimer's, you folks came across these 10 guiding principles. Share with us what a couple of them are.
The 10 guiding principles of caregiving are really constant reminders to you as the caregiver or your family of caregivers as to the things not to do with your loved one. And the first one is agree, never argue.
So what does that mean?
It really, in simplistic terms, means none of us are really sure what's really happening with the connections, in their brain and how they're going to react to things. So what you don't want to do is cause any confrontation. You want things to be as calm and relaxed as possible. So whether you know the answer is not correct is not important. What matters is, how does your loved one feel? And you're trying to get them to be calm, relaxed, so that you can actually get some things done with them. So you always agree. It's not about being right. It's about doing the right thing. The second one is divert, never reason. And the whole point of that is, again, you can't sit there in a logical way and try to say, well, I'm going to reason with this person. I'm going to explain to them why it has to be this way or that, because the connections in their brain are not like what you take for granted. So the idea of diverting is, if they're going down a path and it's just not a happy one and they're upset, you don't try to reason with them as to, well, why that's happening. Change the topic, change the environment. Maybe you're inside the house and, okay, now let's go outside the house. Just do something different to kind of just change the focus. And again, your words and the tone of your voice are really equally important to the message.
Another guiding principle is this idea of distract and never shame. What does that mean?
Something may have occurred, let's say, with your loved one. Keep in mind, they're scared, they're confused, they feel bad already. Just distract them. Again, change the narrative, tell them it's okay, we're here together, we're gonna fix it. Anything that's a positive reinforcement, always the key. You just gotta put yourself in their position.
Tony, Alzheimer's is something that affects so many people, so many families. What message of hope do you have today for caregivers that are out there who are providing caregiving?
I think the most important thing is, you are a good person. You're doing wonderful things. Try not to be so hard, on yourself. This is a tough road, and you gotta stick with it. So the more you can do to enjoy this from a standpoint of creating humor or laughter, or doing fun things that are very, very maybe insignificant in your mind, but they're significant for your loved one. So just get the focus away from the negativity.
Hey, again, a big mahalo to Tony and all the work he's doing. Now, if you want more information on Alzheimer's caregiving and the caregivers, you can scan the QR code on your screen. It'll take you to the website alzcaregiving.org. You're watching High Now Daily. We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back. Now, just a reminder about the online auction that's still open until September 30th. It's for the piece that world-famous artist Wyland painted in our studio live earlier this month. Wyland painted this beautiful portrait, and he named the piece Lahaina Rising. All proceeds will go to the Hawaii Red Cross, and we've posted the link on our website, HiNowDaily.com. So go place a bid.
Hurry, hurry, you're running out of time. Speaking of which, guys, don't forget the Moon Festival is taking place, and we want to send a big mahalo to Auntie Lee and Auntie Karen from earlier for this awesome manapua.
Yeah, they brought manapua, they brought mooncakes, and it's supposed to bring good luck, so I hope we get lucky. We thank you guys so much for watching Hi Now Daily. We will see you guys tomorrow.
Wait, are you Team Bake or Team Steam?
Baked for sure,
I'm
but I'll
baked
eat
too.
anything.
Tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. More giveaways.